So namaste to all of you. So once again, we are here to talk, to share more knowledge. It is all in connection with chakras. As usual, today's topic is also very interesting. We are going to talk about one more chakra, which along with the seven important chakras this is not mentioned in many places, but it is an important chakra because the benefits that lies along with this when this chakra opens up are a lot more. So we will discuss about that today. And so it is known as a Bindu chakra, and Bindu chakra is located uh, right behind our this third eye region at the back of your head, where we have the Brahmins. You must be knowing they tie choti over there. So we make fun of the Brahmins that they are directly connected with the divine being. So something like that, the chakra, Bindu chakra, it's an important chakra which is located in this region. So let's hear about it and let's gain more knowledge about it, because when you do meditation on the Agya Chakra, immediately after Agya Chakra, you can actually put some light on this chakra, concentrate on this chakra, because the Bij mantra of Agya Chakra and Bindu Chakra are same. But Bindu Chakra is more subtler than the Agya Chakra, more higher in values than Agya Chakra. Obviously, even Agya Chakra is very divine and very subtle. Obviously, all these chakras are subtle, but very high beneficial values of it. But even Bindu Chakra has. So let's hear about it. What is Bindu Chakra? Can we have the first video on Bindu Chakra, Ravi? That is, what is Bindu Chakra?
Yes.
The audio visual.
We have heard everything about the seven chakras, namely the Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddhi, Agya, and Sahasrara chakra. But there is very little information about the Bindu chakra, and in many places it is not even mentioned. Bindu chakra is important because of the healing and rejuvenating effect that it has on the body. Below Sahasrara, the subtlest chakra is the Agya chakra, also known as the brow chakra. But even further more subtle is the Bindu chakra, because the chakras are associated with the human psychic framework, while Bindu, on the other hand, is the subtle center from which the human framework itself arises. Bindu, therefore, is the primary manifesting source of the chakras themselves. Chakras are within the realms and restraints of the mind. Bindu is beyond the mind.
So Bindu has a very high beneficial level and values when it opens up, because again, as I said, that our body is a mini universe. Whatever exists in the huge universe, in a subtler form, our body in a subtler form, in a miniature form, even our body has. So the chakras, all the chakras depict the planets in our body. Then we have sun, which is present in our stomach, which is known as a bhavsagar. And then we have moon, which is present, which exists in our Bindu chakra. And that moon, which is present in our body, that our miniature moon, every single day, it secretes a nectar of a drop of nectar, amrit, every single day. But because we are not evolved. We are not. We are ignorant. We are ignorant about all these things. We are unable to utilize that nectar. But a lot of saints, yogis, they do utilize, and they get the benefit out of it. But apart from that, once it opens, it actually activates quite a lot of things. Because as I said, as the different chakras open up in our body, become more active, become more stimulative, uh, become more harmonizing, and rotate in the right clockwise direction, it start opening up the sections in our brain. And when that happens, we become more human. Let's say that. As I said, each and every chakra has a quality. And if we are unaware of it, that it has the negative quality, it has a positive quality. It depends on us what we are using, whether we are more towards the positive one or towards the negative one. As I said earlier, that it all depends on our willpower. Which way are we proceeding? Towards negativity or towards positivity? So when we are more negative, then all the sadaripus, that Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Isha, Ahankar, stress and everything become a part of us. They are already, but the degree varies in each and every person. Once these chakras start opening up, once these chakras become more positive, and even the Bindu chakra opens up, then you see these sadaripus, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Isha, Ahankar, that is the English version, is desire, anger, attachment, greed, and ego and anger, ego and jealousy. They become uh, their degree become much lesser in those people, and all the positive qualities start rising. What are the positive qualities? To love everyone, to be very kind, to be compassionate, to be passionate, uh, to be a proper leader. So all these things comes along. Once the chakras open up, we become more positive, stress free. We are able to manage our stress much better. We start accepting things that we cannot change. We don't expect too much, so it doesn't hurt us, and lot more things. So that altogether, the combination of all these positive things gives us happiness, the joy that we are a part of. That is actually the internal part of each and every human being, which we forget because of the the Maya, the avaran of Maya that engulfs us, and we forget the true nature of us, true nature of human being. So, what does chakra meditation does, or what does the Bindu chakra once opens up? What does it do? It introduces you to yourself, which we always forget. So that introduction is a must. We should know what we are, who we are, what is our purpose. It actually does that. So now, can we have the next audio visual, Ravi? That is meaning of Bindu Chakra, so that people, it will be more clearer to everyone.
Yes.
Bindu means either a focus point or a dot, and it is approximately placed at the point on the back of the head. This is the point where the Brahmins in India grow a single tuft of hair on the back of their heads just to give honor to this chakra. Both a full moon and a crescent moon symbolize the Bindu. The word Bindu means zero or void, the Shunya. More appropriately, Bindu is the gateway to Shunya. It is void, nothingness, and an emptiness that contains the fullest potential. Bindu is widely called the Bindu Visarga, the falling drop. This means that Bindu is one of many drops of nectar that continually trickle down from Sahasrara, the primal fountainhead. This nectar irrigates life. This nectar is the real water of life.
So basically, Bindu Chakra is responsible for taking care of the life, of letting the life grow in front of us. Okay? So Bindu is responsible for that. But again, we don't know about it because of that Maya, because of the Sadaripu. We are unaware of it. Now all these knowledge are coming up, it's opening up, so we know. But yet, the brain of a human being, scientists have yet not achieved the fullest potential of the brain. We all know that. We all know that what lies behind, we are still unaware of. What potential our brain has, we are still unaware of it. Bindu is the part of that that potential which we are unaware of. Once that it opens up so many things in our body, so many things in our mind. That's what it do. So let's hear the benefit of the Bindu Chakra, what it does once it opens up.
Yes.
No, it is the important functions of Bindu Chakra.
The most important thing about Bindu Chakra is that it creates Amrit, the nectar of immortality. There are yogis who don't eat any food, but they eat only the nectar of Bindu Chakra. With some yoga exercises, we can catch this nectar in the throat chakra, the Vishuddhi chakra, and use it. Otherwise, this precious nectar drips straight into the fire of the Manipur chakra, also known as the navel chakra, and burns itself before it acts. For this reason, the sages or rishis of ancient times sought a method to collect this valuable nectar and discovered that the flow of nectar can be arrested with the help of the tongue and throat or Vishuddhi chakra. The tongue contains subtle energy centers, each corresponding to an organ or area of the body. In the yogic techniques of Ujjayi Pranayama and Khechari Mudra, the tongue curbs the flow of the nectar and stores it in the Vishuddhi chakra. Like medicine, it is then redistributed throughout the entire body via the subtle energy channels, where its healing effects unfold.
So, Bindu Chakra, again, as you know, that's a fact. In fact, there have been so many yogis. I'll show you the pictures of two yogis, which, in fact, one of the yogi people, the doctors did research. He recently died in 2020, 26th of May. He died. And he claimed that he has not eaten anything since past 76 years. His name was Prahlad Jani, and but he was also known as the Chuniriwala Mataji, because he believed, as I said, that we have male and female principle both is in us. He believed that so he used to turn as a male at times, as a female at times, saying that I'm both. I have the male principle Shiva and Shakti. So his pictures depict in a female form, even putting the sindoor and with the makeup and everything. Ravi, can we show that a picture of Prahlad Jani, Baba Prahlad Jani, which was who is also known as Chunni Wala Mataji?
Yes. I've never
Thank you.
tried it before, but let me see if it does works.
That's a yeah. So about 5-6 years back, I don't remember exactly, when he claimed that I have not eaten anything since past 70 years or so, he claimed. So he was admitted in the hospital because the scientists and the doctors wanted to research, and they didn't believe him. So he was put up in the hospital, and he didn't eat anything, and he didn't drink anything. Let me tell you, he was there for more than a month under the strict scrutiny, under the camera and all. He was being watched every single moment, every single minute, and he didn't consume anything. And when they asked him to take out some liquid, he actually said, okay, I'll give you this much liquid from my body, and he gave that much only. So, and he claimed that I survived on that nectar. As I said, that nectar, which is very valuable, but we don't know, and the sun, which resides in our stomach, it eats up that nectar and doesn't let our body take that benefit of that nectar. But still, our body produces it, and every single day we get it. So these yogis and these saints and all, what do? They do this Khechri Mudra. It's called Khechri Mudra. They, in fact, my Guruji, from whom I got Yoga Vachaspati, Yogacharya and Yoga Vachaspati degree, and he helped me to get my PhD degree also. He said I was trying. So what he did, from the bottom of his tongue, he tried to cut the connection, because he said it's very difficult to make your tongue so long to take it behind. So you curl your tongue and take it behind and let it rest there, so that whenever the nectar falls, your tongue absorbs that nectar and your body gets a benefit out of it. That a drop of nectar is enough to take care of your entire day's food and the water. Then you don't need to drink anything. There is no need to eat anything. You can survive without eating or drinking. And we did talk about this book, Autobiography of a Yogi. Yoganandji also mentioned about one yogini whose name was Giribala. He did mention he went and met that yogini who didn't eat after the age of uh, 8 or 10, 12, something like that. Because it has been mentioned in that book of Yoganandji, Autobiography of a Yogi, that once she got married, obviously there used to be child marriages, and she used to eat a lot. So her mother-in-law taunted her that you eat so much, it seems you will finish all the grains and everything. Sara khana aap hi khatam kar jaoge. So it pinched her. She said from today onwards, she was quite fat and obese, I will not eat anything. And she went and learned some, again, Khechri Mudra and all the yoga asanas and yoga pranayam and all. And from that day onwards, she didn't eat. And Yoganandji met her. She said, I stayed for a few days with her and she was not consuming. In fact, everybody claimed to say that she has not eaten anything in so many years. And she died also at the age of this. Prahlad Jani died, as I told you, on 26th of May this year. And he was 90 years old when he died. And this Giri Balaji died, I'm sorry, the book says that she died, I don't remember that what was her age, but she led, there was a glow on her face, because she was not eating anything, she was not drinking anything, and she was a yogini, and she had positive aura around us, her, and she, whatever she used to say used to become true. So can we have that? Can we show that picture of Giri Balaji? If people have not read, they will wonder what I'm talking about. So from Yoganandji's book, I've taken this picture. Now the other picture, Ravi.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah. Can we make it bigger? Is it possible?
Yes.
So this is Yoga Nanji, friends, on my left hand side, on my right hand side, and this lady is the Giri Balaji, and she claimed that she has not eaten anything or not drank anything, and she survived without eating or drinking anything, and she had a lot and lot of power with her, because again she was a true yogini. And again, Khechri Mudra is said to be, as I was telling you all about my Guruji, he tried to cut it because, or otherwise he said, I couldn't because it was too painful. I couldn't cut my tongue from the bottom of it. Now I give exercise to my tongue. I try to make my tongue more longer by giving exercise, by giving massaging it every single day. So what these yogis and gurus, they do when they sit in sadhana and don't eat and sit in sadhana for many years or many days, they actually let their tongue rest at the back of their throat, and that they drink that nectar and they survive without eating or drinking anything. That's what they do. So I've given you two examples. It is right in front of you. This yogi, you can actually go on YouTube. You can find out, you will see the YouTube movies also, where the yogi himself is talking, that Prahlad Jani, Baba Prahlad Jani, he's talking to everyone that what he does and how he has survived. There is a YouTube of Sadhguru. He's also mentioned how to survive without eating or drinking. So there are YouTube on that also. So you can actually type it out. You can type out the name of Baba Prahlad Jani, Giri Balaji. You will see all the information. So even I have heard, I've never met, but I saw Prahlad Jani's video, YouTube video. In fact, when he was, people said, so it was a big news on the newspaper, and he was there practically everywhere. And on the TV also, they spoke about it. And they did show his video on the TV where he was talking. So that's what. And now it's time to meditate. Because now, Ravi, we can do 27 minutes or 37 minutes.
I think we have enough time to do 37.
Fine, let's do it. And after Agya Chakra, will you please stop it, because I want everyone to concentrate on the Bindu Chakra after Agya Chakra, before Sahasrara.
Okay.
So we can just stop and I'll take it forward from there.
Okay.
Okay? Thank you.
Om Sehna Vavatu Sehna Gunaktu Sehviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take your positions. Sit with your back straight, with your hands in Gyan Mudra, resting on your lap. Close your eyes and relax. Relax your shoulders, your hands, and your legs. Relax every part of your body. Now, with a relaxed body, Focus on your breath, on the flow of your breath, be it fast, slow, rhythmic, non-rhythmic, equal or unequal. Focus on the temperature of your breath. Feel the coolness of the air on the inside of your nostrils while breathing in. Feel the warmth of the air on your upper lip area while breathing out. Now, with your eyes closed, look on both sides of your nose to stop inner eye movement. Let's begin with Omkar. Begin. Now, Brahmari. Now prepare yourself for Anulom Vilom. Assume the Prana Mudra with your right hand and begin. Left in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Left in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Jalandhar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Left out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Release. Gently bring your right hand back to Gyan Mudra. It is now time for square breathing in sync with the Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Bhurbhuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. With the Sushumna Nadi now activated, we begin our chakra meditation. Let us start with the Muladhara chakra, which is located just above the anus. Place your complete concentration on that part of your body. You may feel vibrations or other sensations on that part. With that awareness, visualize a red lotus with 4 petals, having a golden yellow square at the center. This is the yantra of the earth element. Now, let us begin this divine journey by chanting the Beej mantra Lang. Begin. With an awakened Muladhara at the base of your spine, we now move above to the region of water, the Swadhisthana chakra, located just below the tailbone. To concentrate on this, visualize an orange lotus with 6 petals and a crescent moon in the center. This is the yantra of the water element. To balance emotions, let us chant the Beej mantra, Vang. Begin. Vang. Just as two bodies unite and become one in blissful embrace, visualize both the Muladhara and the Swadhisthana chakras rotating in clockwise direction and merging with each other. We have now synchronized the energy of the earth element and the water element and need to progress upwards towards the Manipur chakra, which controls the fire element. This is yet another step towards our final goal of achieving perfect harmony amongst all our chakras. Finally, all the chakras should be in perfect tune and rotate in the same clockwise direction. The Manipur chakra is located right behind our navel on the lumbar spine. To focus on that, visualize a yellow lotus with 10 petals. At the center, there is a red triangle, yantra of the fire element. The petals may appear to be made out of flames. And now, in keeping with the rotating movement of the lower chakras, to uplift your confidence and self-esteem, let us chant the Bish mantra, Rang. Begin. Filled with confidence and leaving your ego behind, we now rise from Manipur chakra to the region of air, the Anahat chakra, located right behind the heart on the path of the thoracic spine. We find here a green lotus with 12 petals, with a star at the center, yantra of the air element. Soar into the softness of the sky. Feel liberated. Chanting the Beach Mantra Young will support this quest. Begin. Filled with passion and unconditional love. With an awakened Anahat Chakra, it is time to move above to the subtle region, signifying the ether element, Akash Tattva. This is the Vishuddhi Chakra, located right behind our Adam's apple on the path of the cervical spine. To concentrate on this chakra, visualize a blue lotus with 16 petals, with a circle at the center, yantra of the ether element. Listen to the gentle whisper of your inner voice. Experience complete surrender. Now let us chant the Beach Mantra, Hung. Begin. Your emotions are now flowing, taking you into the depths of your inner world. It is now time to move above to the higher chakras, starting with the Agya chakra, the third eye chakra, located between the eyebrows. For that, visualize an indigo lotus with two petals, with Om at the center. Om, as you all know, is the universal mantra and also the yantra of the Manas element or the lower mind. To get rid of Maya, illusion, to gain awareness of your inner self, we will now chant Om 3 times, which will help to stabilize your lower mind. Begin.
It's time to move above to the most subtler region known as the Bindu chakra, located right behind our Agya chakra, the eyebrow center, where the Brahmins keep a tuft of hair. Feel the sensation in this part of the body. And now try to visualize a circle, a chakra in the form of circle, which is vast, infinite. There's no beginning, no end in that circle. It's vast. In that circle, you can see a full moon and the crescent moon shining bright. You can see it's dripping the drops of nectar dripping down from here. Down to your throat. To open up the center, let's chant the beach mantra Om for minimum 7 times. Begin. Being enriched with the nectar, the drop of nectar. Feeling satisfied, happy. It's time to move above to the most subtlest region, the Sahasrara chakra. All the 7 chakras below Sahasrara, including Bindu, are now rotating in the clockwise manner. All the rainbow colors, the red of Muladhara, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and bright color of moon of Bindu chakra rotating in one direction. All the colors are merging with each other. And rotating in the clockwise manner in the center, you can see your Sushumna Nadi moving upward. The prana through that is moving upward, taking you up to the Sahasrara chakra, the 1,000-petaled violet lotus. The petals of lotus are slowly opening up right in front of you, in front of your eyes. Like a wave, they are opening up to reveal the beautiful Shivling its center. The yantra of divinity, the divine being. That sight is beautiful. You cannot take your eyes off that sight. And you can see your prana, the energy which is merging with the divine being, with the Shiva, the Shakti merging with the Shiv. And it's flowing out from that in the form of a fountain, covering in your entire body with a security shield. To make that security shield more stronger, let's chant the Beej mantra Soham silently. Begin. the moist energy that is flowing out from the top of that chakra, covering in your entire body with that security shield. The Suraksha Kavach is now stronger. And now is filling you up with the positivity, love, compassion, passion, confidence, security. Joy, happiness, calmness, serenity. You have filled yourself with all these powerful energies. Now it's time to end this meditation with that powerful mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Rub your palms vigorously. Cup your eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Hari. I'm ready for the question answer. I know you will find it very difficult to talk, discuss anything, but if there is any query, I'm here to answer. I know I've taken up a lot of time.
No, you haven't. But we have a comment that they've never heard of Bindu Chakra.
Yes, exactly as the audio visual said that there's hardly any mention of this chakra, but this chakra is very much there. Now you can actually type, see it on YouTube, go on the Google, search it up.